The Romans feared many enemies: warriors, kings, rebellions. But deep inside the forests of Celtic Europe, they feared something else. Men who carried no crowns, no armies, no fortresses, only rituals. Ancient rituals whispered beneath the trees. Rituals Rome called forbidden. The Druids. According to Roman writers, they spoke with the gods, predicted death, performed sacrifices, and guarded secrets so sacred they refused to write them down. Some claimed they burned offerings alive inside giant wicker structures. Others believed they opened pathways to the other world itself. And when Roman soldiers finally marched into the sacred groves to destroy them, they discovered ceremonies that would haunt the imagination of Europe for centuries, because the Druids were never simply priests. They were the memory of the Celtic world, and Rome wanted that memory erased forever. Long before Christianity reached Britain and Ireland, the Druids stood at the center of Celtic society. They were spiritual leaders, judges, advisors to kings, keepers of sacred law, and guardians of knowledge passed from generation to generation. Unlike Roman priests, the Druids left behind almost no written texts. Their teachings survived through memory alone. Ancient writers claimed a Druid could spend nearly 20 years learning sacred traditions, poetry, astronomy, genealogies, ritual law, and the mysteries of the gods. The Celts believed wisdom lived in nature. Sacred groves became temples, rivers held spiritual power, and certain lakes were believed to connect the living world to the realm beyond death. The Druids stood between humanity and the unseen. Much of what we know about Druid rituals comes from Roman sources, especially Julius Caesar. And, according to him, the ceremonies were terrifying. Caesar described human sacrifices offered to the gods during times of war, disease, or disaster. One story spoke of enormous wicker figures, human-shaped structures woven from wood and branches. Prisoners were allegedly placed inside before the entire structure was set ablaze. But historians still debate these accounts. Some believe Rome exaggerated Druid rituals to justify conquest. After all, it is easier to destroy a people once they are called savage. Yet archaeology has uncovered disturbing clues. Bodies buried in bugs with signs of ritual killing. Sacred sites aligned with solar events. Weapons and treasures thrown into lakes as offerings to unseen powers. The Druids believed sacrifice restored balance between humanity, nature, and the gods. To them, death was not always destruction. Sometimes it was transformation. The Druids believed the souls survived death, not in a distant heaven, but in another realm beside our own, the Celtic otherworld, a place of eternal youth. Spirits, warrior heroes, and supernatural beings hidden beyond the veil of reality. Ancient festivals like Samhain were believed to weaken the barrier between worlds. On those nights, fires burned across the hills. Offerings were left for spirits, and the dead were believed to walk beside the living once more. The Druids guided these ceremonies. They interpreted omens in smoke, dreams, animal signs, and the movements of the stars. To Rome, this was dangerous superstition, but to the Celts, it was sacred truth. Rome eventually decided the Druids had to disappear, not only because of religion, but because the Druids united Celtic tribes through shared belief. They preserved identity, tradition, memory, and empires fear the things they cannot control. In the 1st century AD, Roman forces attacked the island of Anglesey, one of the last great centers of Druidic power. Ancient accounts describe black-robed figures standing beside sacred fires, raising their arms toward the sky, while warriors and priestesses screamed curses at the invading army. Even hardened Roman soldiers reportedly hesitated in fear, but the empire showed no mercy. Sacred groves were cut down, altars destroyed, and the old rituals slowly vanished beneath Roman rule and later Christianity. The Druids faded into legend, but never entirely into silence. The truth about the Druids may never be fully known. Were the Roman stories propaganda? Did forbidden sacrifices truly happen? Or did Europe's conquerors create monsters out of the last defenders of Celtic belief? We may never know, because the Druids carried their secrets into the grave. No sacred books survived. No complete rituals remain. Only fragments, ruins, and whispers hidden inside ancient forests. But perhaps that mystery is what keeps the Druids alive even now. Because somewhere beneath the fog of forgotten Europe, beneath ruined stones and silent groves, the old world still waits. And maybe when the wind moves through the trees at night, the forest is still speaking their names. If you want to explore more forgotten Celtic legends, ancient myths, forbidden rituals, and the dark mysteries of the medieval world, subscribe to Medieval Chronicles. Because beyond history, another world still survives.